morning.
Oh, well, good morning there, Dracula. How are you?
I'm good. Did you I don't know if anyone noticed there Emmett had the little GMs like going to the beat. Yeah, there we go. That was impressive.
That's pretty cool, man. I didn't know
That's
that.
why we got the best in the biz working here with us.
That's right, dude. That's right. And
Dropping
if I seem distracted, it's because I'm betting 1000x, dude. But yeah, no, shout out to Emmett. Great job on that, dude. That was cool, man. It was getting me hyped.
Yeah, I mean everybody was just like going nuts during that 30-second countdown. So
Yeah, everyone in the audience is going crazy. I could
it's
hear them from
going
here.
crazy. So interesting last couple days. We streamed on Saturday, which we don't usually do, but we had some conflicts for Friday, so we still wanted to. There was a lot going on. We wanted to get something in. But just a. That's right. Such impeccable talent. Really, you should be making music. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. But it just goes to show you the world we live in, the industry we're involved in. 2 days ago, it was over.
Mm-hmm.
Crypto was over.
Is it not still over?
It's not as over.
Okay.
I don't believe. But it just kind of like shows you like how fast things can change.
How inconsistent are the hearts of degens, huh?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, we were falling here.
Wait, dude, it's still over, bro.
Well, this is the weekly, so according to the weekly, it's still over. But we dipped below 60. Everybody was losing their minds. Granted, we're at 61, but I would just like to point out here my little blue Ichi line that I like so much, the magnet. Looks like it's in a good spot. It looks like, we were having a pullback. We are, kind of stabilizing, hopefully. I would like to think that from here, maybe we go sideways, maybe we crab some, but I would like to see from here that maybe we begin, even if we are sideways, maybe we start grinding up a little bit slowly, which has happened in the summer before. Summers just for whatever reason seems to be more quiet in the market. So I wouldn't be shocked if we're kind of bottomed out and we start kind of just like, it might not be super sexy and exciting, but I would like to see us slowly kind of start grinding up. And hey, if it's volatile and going up, that's fine too.
That's even better.
Yeah. So the Bitcoin chart, it's just to bring one of those good old sayings that I love to, what is it? It's like, when in doubt, zoom out.
Hell yeah.
3 red weeks in a row. Yeah, that's not ideal. But if you're looking at the weekly, like I said, we were kind of just still in the stratosphere here in terms of price movement. So I would like to see that hopefully this is kind of like the bottom. Now, anything can happen, of course. I still think that we have way more bullish catalysts than bearish ones. And it goes to show you here, I mean, 60,000, obviously the bears were salivating. Let's break 60,000. Let's get everyone to panic. But this just goes to show you that, the bulls are still in the game here. They're not letting go.
The bulls are still in charge, dude.
They're not letting it go that easy. So
the blue is the weekly. What is this red one, dude? What is the red one? Is it the monthly?
No, they're just basically two different like sets of averages. So in like calculations. So the blue is like some kind of mix of like a shorter moving average, but it's like, high, low, closes, all that stuff. And then the red is just kind of like a longer average.
I see. Okay. Okay.
But like I said, in terms of how you use the indicator, it's like I said, the blue line, you treat it kind of like a price magnet.
That's what's up.
So that's what happened. We were up here and then we went zzz, and went back. But you got to say, all things considered,
Yeah, look at this thing. It's
there
crazy.
was a lot of noise about Fantom yesterday in the market because everything was bleeding, you know, through the weekend, and Monday was when we dipped below 60. Um, Fantom was pretty resilient to the price action that was going on around it. We were one of the only tickers in the green yesterday, if I recall correctly. I mean, I
Yeah.
know at least on my like price, all my favorites that I have pulled up ready to look at, it was pretty much like the only thing in the green yesterday. Now some people say, I had a joke about this, but some people were saying, well, there's a complaint, especially after the incident. We won't speak its name. There was already kind of like a lack of Bitcoin and Ethereum liquidity on Fantom compared to some of the other L1s. And then after the incident, it became very little liquidity. So I guess someone could argue that, hey, maybe that actually played to our advantage, that there wasn't like a ton of Bitcoin and Ethereum liquidity for people to dump and move around. But regardless, whether that's the case or not, yeah, Fantom was resilient during this bearish price movement. So as we can see here with the magical meme lines, everything's kind of working out right now.
It bounced right off of that support you drew there.
We bounced.
And it looks like it's trending back downwards, though, to me.
Well,
that's what I'm seeing.
That is the question, I guess,
So
really, is, we bounced off support. We're about to hit resistance. So are we just going to kind of bounce around in here for a while? Typically, like I've said before, a lot of the time you get at least one ding off the line there. So wouldn't be shocked if maybe we kind of go down a little bit, but then hopefully we blast through that resistance.
It really all depends on the spirit and the faith of the Fantom Marines, doesn't it? It really is all on the Fantom Marines at this point.
That's right. Keep buying. Keep buying the token. And everyone's favorite Rainbow Road here. When you get kind of like in this zone here where it's just kind of flat, we're in like a more of like a consolidation zone. Like I said, even though we were kind of bleeding here, all in all, the price action's like a little, we've been bleeding, but the price action is just like a little less volatile at the moment. So what we like to see when, things are kind of consolidating is that, eventually something's going to pop, something's going to break, whether that's up or down.
Yeah,
So
let's so sorry to cut you off here, but I want to talk about, like, what if it does break up, right? Then we're back in that 63, or that 63.79 range. That's like the full range there.
Yeah,
And
I
then
would
if it
say
breaks
so. And I mean,
down,
we could argue, looking at this, I mean, let's see, bottom of top. I mean, yeah, we could argue that if we're kind of like breaking it down here, we probably got something about 68, 69 cents. Not really seeing much else there. I should start pulling up some of my volume stuff here too, because that helps a lot. Let's see if I can just find it like real fast.
the 3 EMA. Dude, look how many there are.
Oh,
There's
these are just my
millions.
favorited ones. This isn't even nearly
Holy crap. We're getting to peek into the twisted mind of Dracula here.
yeah. Let's not do that one. Yeah, this is the indicator, your favorite indicator area of like a true schizo. Nobody's looks like this. This is like very, I'm looking for something specific here.
The magic happens, dude. This is your grab bag of tricks.
Yeah. Let's just go over here. Maybe I can find it here faster.
Bull bear power.
Bull bear power.
Oddly sexual, doesn't it? Maybe that's just me. Woodies, dude.
Well, this is gonna annoy me because I can't find what I'm looking for here.
What
Well,
are you like a specific volume indicator?
yeah, but I'll get it pulled up for next time. It's just I won't make everyone sit here and watch
Mhm.
me fumble through my hundreds of indicators I mess around with.
So
Um,
I think we talked about it before. If we did lose 50, which I did have a little fear in my heart because of that long wick there, but if we really break like close below 50, we were saying like it could drop all the way down to 30, right?
yeah, if we zoom out here, we would have had a couple little stops, but it's definitely not pretty. Really, my concern was breaking around here 63 because then I was like, yeah, it's like a free fall to this area truly is like a free fall to basically about 50.
Mm.
um Once we break 50, you got some other branches to hit on the way down. 48, like 42,
Yeah.
43, 36. So but granted, it's like I've said before, 50 cents is like, oh wait, Disco Chucks actually nailed it.
VPVR.
That was actually what I was looking for.
Dude, Disco Chuck's a genius. Disco Chuck, I
Wow,
want to know
Chuck,
what Disco Chuck, I want to know where your buys are, dude.
that's impressive. I don't even know how he knew that's what I was looking for. I guess he just was like, oh, see, there it was right there. Hold up. Chuck, look at that, man.
Visible range, volume profile.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, here we
So
go.
all this basically is saying is like, this is just showing you like a visual of the volume, right? Like in a different
Mhm.
way, though. And I like seeing it this way because you can clearly see like what price area has like the most volume. So it looks like right now, point of control is like something, this red line, excuse me,
Mhm.
um, point of control here is kind of like showing you like this is like the strongest area where there's buys and sells and everything else. So pretty strong around 80 cents. I guess that's like kind of like another hurdle. But yeah, I mean, if we go down here, you know, 60 or some upper 60s, lower 60s, but then when you get down here, as you can see, like I said, it's just kind of like a free fall.
Mm.
We just kind of went straight down here. Then obviously,
Oh my god.
yeah, and then you can kind of like see like
Oh
when
my
you see
god.
when you see volume like this, then that means like you're more likely to have kind of like a free fall. When you see zones like this, then you know like, hey, that's areas that are going to be have more action. People are going to fight it out.
I see what you're saying because when we're talking about like the volume, this means like the amount of like buys and sells people are like putting in. So if no one's really trading it, it's just gonna just like fall through, right?
Yeah,
But
like there's
but
nothing to like keep it from, really dropping.
yeah. So we're seeing like those big volume bars being essentially like a support or a resistance, right?
Yeah.
Like when
So,
you're below them, it's a resistance, and when you're above them, it's a support.
yeah, I mean like for instance, this 80 cents area, you can kind of see that it kind of goes the other way. If you can kind of bust out of this 80 cents area, getting back to a dollar is, not nearly as difficult.
It's easy peasy, bro.
So, but yeah, I do that's wild. Shout out to Chuck there
Yeah,
because
good
I
watching,
couldn't
bro.
find it. But yeah,
Right
I
on,
mean,
Chucky.
I think we oh, let's see. Oh, okay. Now Emmett just sent me something here we were trying to look at,
Uh-oh. The
which
forbidden
was
documents.
yeah, it was kind of like the crypto market cap versus Bitcoin. I'll toss this up real fast.
Oh, is this the dominance?
Yeah, I was he was talking about it, and I was like, hey, like let's look at that.
Hey, save it for the show, Emmett.
We were trying to like pull it up last minute. All right, let me yank this here real fast because that's something that's just also interesting. Just talking about what's been going on with alts, what's been going on with Bitcoin. So what we're
Mm.
seeing here is like the kind of like the alt dominance versus like what's going on with Bitcoin. So this is an interesting chart. So what it's showing here is that if I'm reading this correctly, is that when they're highlighting these areas of like price action to show that once it kind of like gets to like a certain area, then the dominance starts like tanking, and then that would give us like, alt season, as they say. So the point of this chart is he's showing here, like, recognize this from this, then it looks like in terms of like dominance, we might be having some alts rip here like really soon.
Interesting. All right, wait. So again, little green line, that's the top 10. So that's like Bitcoin.
Yeah, so
So we're seeing Bitcoin dominance coming down, so we should be seeing
yeah, like basically what this chart's showing is like Bitcoin price action versus like the market cap kind of like dominance of it.
Oh,
so
curious.
Yeah, so it's so what they're trying to show here is that if we're looking at, historical patterns, we could be really close to alts just like ripping.
I see. So you should sell all your Solana and buy a true alt token.
Get you a real alt.
Get a real alt token in your wallet.
So that's interesting though. I don't know. I've never been too good at like following the there are people that are really good at trading just like based on alt dominance and Bitcoin dominance, and that's something I've never really been able to, something I've never really done. I'm just not like super good at it, but very compelling chart if I do say so.
Yeah, I like the dominance indicator, but it also does seem like a little bit like it's just like one piece of the puzzle, right? Because it doesn't necessarily mean that if it's flowing out of one, it's flowing into the other. It could just be flowing out entirely, right? Like,
Yeah, and I mean,
and it also really depends on like, because there are those people out there. I'm not one of them. Maybe one day I'll be one of them. Those people that value all their holdings in Bitcoin, right? Like how much do I have? What is it worth in Bitcoin terms?
How many sats?
Yeah, how many sats I got?
Well, I wanted to pull this back up real fast because I think also if we're looking at time frame here, I think the point of it is also to show, this would have been like last halving kind of area. And I think that's why they've highlighted these two areas, is that now we're entering that same kind of period based on like where we're at with the halving and everything.
What's interesting to me too, though, is at the very bottom, the RSI seems to be like at a completely different place.
Yeah, I mean, I guess let's see, about right here, dominance rips.
I mean, it looks like we're at the start of another rip, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into reading RSI,
I don't know.
That would typically be a good sign right here that it's about to go.
This just further proof to me that fall is where it's at. When the leaves start to change colors, my pocket's gonna get a lot more green. You know what I mean?
You need to get your own saying going there. You know how it's like, sell in May and walk away and blah, blah, blah. It's like when the leaves turn green, so do my pockets or something.
We'll figure it out. We'll workshop that after.
Yeah, you'd be better at that than I am, but
dude, I don't know. It's looking hopeful, dude. It's looking hopeful for me and my numerous pitiful longs. I told you before I closed one out earlier today because I lost faith, dude.
Well, it's like, I gotta say that you hung in there. We had somebody made a little meme over the weekend about, how one episode you were like, I opened a long, and then the next episode you were like, I'm wrecked. It's over. So
I'm just being real, It's just
yeah, you cashed out though, man. You did it. That's good. You got to take profits,
Yeah, I mean, I'm still down overall, but I try not to think about that. I think about how I made $500 yesterday.
Hey, well, there you go. I mean, you made it. Um, so one thing I was gonna bring up, and let's see how many likes this tweet got.
Let's see.
446, which I would say for a foundation tweet, that's probably not like a ton of likes. And it's because we've talked about this before. Um, to the average user, the gas monetization might not be like the sexiest. It's not like, oh man, like that's crazy, but people need to understand that I do think this has been a great program to reward dApps that have like the highest gas usage on the network.
Mhm.
So they just had another distribution, 55,000 Fantom to the top 12 dApps that have generated the most gas. So, it's nothing to turn your head away from. I mean, let's see, what 55,000 Fantom. That's what, like $40,000 or something.
Possibly.
33,000. Okay, I was close. Um, so they do this. I'm not sure like how long the epochs are or whatever. I don't think it's monthly, but I could be wrong. But nice little program regardless. You got Paint Swap as the leader. I'm guessing S4 is a nice little gas generator for the
Oh yeah,
network.
baby.
Corval alone is generating like 30% of the gas TXs on the network,
No
farming
way.
its S4.
That's my boy. That's my boy Disco Chuck running the guild, making sure all the guildies are paying their dues. Out there farming those what are those little creatures called nests, or little toad guys. They killed
I'm
me at one,
so I'm
and I
so
got
like out
pissed
of the
off.
game on that. Like I think I did the beta or whatever, and I was
Oh
kind of
wait,
I kind of grinded on the beta, and I didn't know it was like a beta. So
dude.
so I
I
had
was
kind of grinded on it, and then it was like, oh yeah, now like the game's actually coming out, and you're starting over, and I kind of started again, but I was just like, man, I grinded way too hard on like the test version of the game.
That's tough, dude. I get it, man. Sometimes you burn yourself out. I feel like that's what happened to me. I kept getting killed by these little things. It's so embarrassing. An Oofinch, a
Oh
little
man,
Uffinch. I had to grind so hard to get all my spellcasting equipment together, and this little dork was obliterating me. But yeah, dude, S4 is popping off, dude, and they're gonna have a pet farm soon. So, you know, Dracula, you know me. I love little pets that come in eggs. I love hatching them and making them do work for me. So I can't wait personally for this development. Mr. Paint Swap, please make it come faster so I have something to do.
yeah, maybe I'll get back involved. So maybe someone will have me in their guild or something.
We might have room for you in the Block Biters Guild, dude. Who knows? Who knows? It's up to Disco Chuck, though. I trust him. Oh, he's already got it, dude.
I already got it. It's live. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Talking about your pet thing?
Oh yeah, possibly. Wait, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can log in and play the real quick.
Oh, he says they'll make a spot for me. Okay. Well, I'm not good at these kind of things because I'll have periods where I'm literally just sitting around and shit posting for 2 or 3 days on end. So that's when I'll like do stuff like, play S4, take care of my Senko pet, all that kind of stuff. And
Your
then
Funko
I'll
Pet
get
just
like,
dies every week, doesn't he?
yeah, and then I'll get crazy busy and like not be able to check anything for like 10 days. And, it's just why I'm not typically great at this kind of stuff.
It's okay. Disco Chuck's a forgiving master, dude. You'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
As
So
long as you're willing to lay down your life to defend our territory, you're okay.
I certainly will. Um, so yeah, so the gas monetization, that's a nice little thing. I won't go through all the dApps because all the dApps. Um, there was something else exciting that happened over the weekend.
What
Now,
happened?
Plus Bet launched futures, which I am excited about because I remember when they first talked about perps, um, I was like, please tell me you're gonna have like the binary like time frames, like
Mhm.
ticks and seconds, and they were like, yeah, that's how it's gonna work. So this was kind of like one of my favorite things to do in the bear market. We were just talking about it before the show because I couldn't remember the name, but it was Rollbit. Rollbit was like another online casino that kind of had this version that you could play. So nobody freak out watching this chart. This is literally the 5-second chart. So you're not, if you see a bunch of red on the 5-second chart, it's probably not that big of a deal.
I'm not gonna lie. When I did first open this up, it was like after like the price had gone down to like 58 or 59,008 or something, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude, that's a lot of red."
Yeah, so this is the 5-second chart, so stuff can get very dramatic on here. But I think maybe I didn't have anything like loaded up. Maybe later this week on the next show we'll actually play around on here a little bit.
Oh, dude, no way. I was trying to load up this wallet so I could do a little bet here on stream to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And I just found, dude, you'll never believe what I got, dude. I have somehow I've gotten 20 million Sonic ETF tokens, bro.
Sent straight to your wallet.
I finally made it. It's worth $1.14. Anyway, sorry. Getting distracted.
Yeah, so but one thing I was gonna say, I am impressed that there's like so much, like you can go up to like 1,000 leverage on it, which is crazy. Yeah, let's see what this is like your liquidation. Let's see. Honestly, for 1,000 leverage, I would think you'd get liquidated faster than this. But I guess that we're looking at the 5-second chart. So I mean, yeah, that's like that's like just barely anything to get liquidated on 1,000x. But I guess, you got to think about it. That's you could put in $2 and make it 2,000. That's right. Lever it up.
What do you think the chances are of winning one of these things? Dude, like 1,000x leverage, that's like insane. That's literally a crapshoot, right?
Yeah,
there's
I
no
mean,
way.
like
There's no science to it.
1,000x, you just would have to be like trying to time perfectly, like an actual crazy dump, or it happens though. I've seen it online, where somebody just kind of happens to like time something like that just right, and they're doing like $100 at like 1,000x, and I mean, obviously you got to cash out fast too. So
yeah, I feel terrible if I hit it and like I'd only bet like $2.
yeah,
I mean, I
so
guess it's still good, but it's like, damn, I missed out on generational wealth for my village.
yeah, I mean, really, I think this is actually kind of cool in my opinion. The binary stuff, because basically it's saying safe leverage is like 100x. Because that's how you got to play this. The idea of this is like sitting at like a slot machine. Because I used to do it on Rollbit. It's like these trades, you're literally in a trade for like seconds. You know what I mean? You're probably in and out of it. You should be in and out of a trade like a minute tops.
Like you're literally just sitting here playing this. Like you're not sitting it and walking away. Like,
no, yeah, you're sitting here
like a respectable gentleman.
He says if we only had this during the Roosh liquidations, that would have been easy money. Yeah, that would have been killer. They probably would have bankrupted whatever the casino was, though, if you had timed it right.
Yeah, I mean, I got my wallet set up with USDCE and wrapped Fantom, but it won't let me bet. It's not showing my USDCE. But again, this is beta, so it's beta. Otherwise, I'll keep playing with it. Next time, you guys can see how it works. But I mean, it seems pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, I think we could do this on stream because it's not like it's not like you. Like I said, you'll probably make a bet and then you got to be out quick. So.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get targeted, dude. I want to get sniped by Fallout Zone or something.
Yeah, we'll see how fast we can lose like 500 Fanties. That'll be the name of the competition.
I'm never getting rid of my fancies, so good luck on that.
Yeah, put in the fiat, dirty fiat.
That's right, that filthy USD money.
So yeah, that's exciting though. Yeah, like I said, I played around with it just briefly for a couple minutes, but um, this is like the show burner wallet, so I need to move some funds over and set something up
Fully
here.
understood. I got my show burner wallet too. Um, what else we got? We got the meme coin competition we're gonna do. We'll check in on.
Yeah, so per usual, when we're streaming, we like to check on things that we can kind of like have a live view on. So 1 second here, I'm just making sure I'm not closing the wrong thing here. Okay, so yep, checking on the meme comp. Now we touched on this on Saturday. There was like a lot of volatility last week. Like at one
Dude.
point, hoops had gone down to 5, but by the weekend, things had kind of gone back to status quo. So looks like about the same.
I'm feeling some hoops FOMO right now, dog. I'm feeling some real FOMO on hoops.
Yeah, I think I got in early on it, but you know, when you hit 50x, 100x, whatever it was at that point, it was like, all right, I'm gonna take a little profit here, some
Oh my
profiterino. And yeah, but honestly, on Phantom, it feels like, especially with the Phantom memes, if you don't kind of like get some profit on like the initial crazy wave, it's a lot harder. It feels like for Phantom memes to kind of like a lot of times on Phantom, like a meme hits an all-time high and it never really hits it again. And really, for a lot of the memes on in this competition, it's actually been impressive. I think the meme competition, in that regard, seems to be doing its job, because I feel like the price action is kind of more akin to like normal, a chain with heavier volume meme tokens. Like you get this volatility, and and in one day you could go down 30-40%, and then the next day you're back to a new all-time high. You know what I mean? So I've seen that with stuff like hoops, THC, yeah, chill, F dog, eco has been kind of like doing that, like it's, even though it's had some volatility, it's like still just kind of reclaiming new highs like every couple days. So shout out to all the memes on here. But yeah, it was kind of fun there for a few days where things got kind of shaken up, but it looks like the order has been restored.
Thank God.
Hoops has reclaimed number one with an iron fist.
Man, yeah, it's crazy. It does seem like the meme coin competition is kind of keeping a lot of these like afloat, I suppose, right? Like keeping the upward pressure going because of the competition.
Yeah, and we've discussed this before too, where it's like, I think it was good timing, because we are just kind of in this period in between now and Sonic, where it's like what was everyone gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's worked out really well. They have been releasing like some details on the next season. There's going to be like some rule tweaks. I think they're going, don't quote me on this, I could be wrong, but I believe, if I heard correctly, they're going to like extend to more like projects, rewards, which I think will actually really set off the competition. So I don't know what the number is that they're thinking, but it's going to be more than top 3. So let's say they go to like top 5, or if they go to top 10, it's really on. You know what I mean? Everyone will really get scrappy. So
I think so I think the thing that to be doing right now, dude, is be studying right now, dude. How the winners winning right now? What was the key to this success, Dracula? Maybe something we should dive into here. How is Hoops on top? What is Hoops doing that other guys aren't doing? What is Hoops doing better than other people are doing right now? Cooler name, cooler picture?
yeah, I think, Hoops obviously is a tribute to the Hoops from Equalizer. And
The Hoops.
I don't have the lore down 100%, so nobody get mad at me if they're like, actually this happened. But to my knowledge, it was I think it was a Degen Express launch. And then there was something about the setup that made people uneasy. I think the guy had the creator had like a lot of the supply in his own wallet, like in the creator wallet, and for whatever reason, Hoops came in and kind of like took over the project. I don't know if that involved him buying it or if the guy just said, "Here, you take it." So I think it helps a lot when there's a face to the project. He's going to do right, like what's right for the project and the holders. He's not going to rug, which I've made this joke in the past. It's not as bad now as it used to be, right? But, I used to say that, on Fantom, just people knowing that you're not going to rug is like all the utility you usually need.
Yeah.
Because the rugs were so bad for like so long, where it's like, yeah, I mean, but it's true to the sense of having a face to it, having somebody that says, yes, this is my project. You know who I am. Like how I handle things. That says a lot. So I'm not saying that's the only reason, of course, but I think there was just a lot of green flags. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of.
It was like the exact opposite of Ben Coin, BitBoy Ben Coin. It's like the exact opposite. You got a guy you can trust.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that goes on the other side where it's like, yeah, like if you bought the Ben token, you should have known that you had about a 50-50 shot of it just going to zero. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, yeah, this could go to Valhalla if he handles it right, but he's probably going to dump and buy more meth. So, that's a problem. So Hoops, no meth problem that I'm aware of. If he does have one, he hides it very well. So,
which is the same as not even having one. So we got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, that's good work there.
Awesome. And we know the Sonic Goat, Rich, Tin Hat Cat.
Same thing. Everybody, tinfoil realist dude's been around.
Oh, it's a tinfoil. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I would see people mention him, but like I was always confused because it seemed like they were referring to someone else. If that makes sense. I just always thought on Twitter, like they'd like quote tweet someone and then they'd be talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of like the same deal though. You know what I mean? Where it's like Tin Hat, you know who the guy is, whose project it is. He's been around for, I mean, geez, I don't know. I mean, I met him, I guess, months before the last real run. So, I mean, he's at least been in the game 3 or 4 years. So yeah, it's same thing. It's like, you got a guy that, he's not going to rug, he's not, he's going to not do sketchy stuff. So I think especially on Fantom, I mean, on any chain, I think that would do a lot for a project. But, somebody made a good point. There is like a kind of like a council that's handling a lot of these like meme competition rules. I think it's called like the Sonic Council or something. And it's Hoops is actually on it. There's a few other like, there's a guy from, well, yeah, there's a guy from like Paint Swap on it. There's Hoops. There's a couple other people. And I guess it's just like a group that is helping facilitate certain things with the competition. I don't think the competition's the only thing they're handling. A lot of it is like stuff with like transitioning to Sonic. But to make a very long-winded explanation short, they had a Spaces yesterday, and I don't know what my computer just did here, but they had a Spaces yesterday. Oh, nice.
Now that's good.
All right.
Oh, they saw my note, dude.
It was your secret note. They had a Spaces yesterday, and of all people on it was Funeral, and he said something that I thought was like really well thought out, which was, he said, with memes on Fantom, it's kind of like, it's almost like tokenized personalities, because because so many people have meme tokens. But on the flip side of that, he said, I think it's a good thing because it can be really humbling to show people how hard it actually is to run a project, to run a token. And I mean, that's the truth, man. It's like you can have somebody that, even in these like situations where, you can have somebody that's like on their game, well-known personality, but even with all of that, it doesn't mean that their project, their token's going to do well. I mean, there's just so many other things to having a project, and it's hard. And I think it is good that people learn that it really is hard. It's not easy, especially memes. You have to, in some ways, DeFi, you can kind of like release a new product and it's just out there in the world and people are using it and it's working. And then you're kind of working on updates in the background or whatever. It's not the same cycle as like memes where you are expected to like deliver something every single day.
Yeah.
Whether it's content or price action or partnerships. I mean, you have to be doing something like daily.
You got to be delivering a lot of energy. Yeah. I think that's a good point. Meme coin project, it's interesting in that it's easily accessible to launch one, but it is also extremely difficult to like have a successful one because Fallout Zone is pointing out you seem to always need to be marketing. Now you kind of always need to be marketing regardless, but yeah, it's really important for a meme coin. But I think the thing that's difficult with the meme coin is the things that you can market, you're much more limited in, right? Like, what is your leverage going into deals with the meme coin? With like DeFi stuff, you have like some unique tech thing you're offering, right? Some unique connections to different liquidity providers or whatever. With a meme token, all you have is like we got a bunch of supply and like some money. So can you work with us, right? Like you're really, it's really hard to create what would you call it? Net positive. What do you call them? Positive sum games with people, right? Like you give me your volume, I give you like some fees or whatever.
Yeah,
I can
I
really
mean,
only
it's
offer my token.
yeah, and it's like a whole other thing in itself where it's like meme coins by definition or by tradition or whatever. I mean, people will tell you, it's like meme coins are not supposed to have utility. So it's like, what is there to deliver, And that's why, I mean, so many meme coins do like, they pop off at launch and then they pretty much immediately fizzle out, right?
Yeah, like Crocs, but we'll save it one day.
They killed our boy.
Yeah, it was a public execution. It was a warning shot. That's what I think of it as. They were telling they're going to come for us next. Here we try to launch another meme token.
Oh man, yeah. But yeah, I mean it's not easy, guys. And shout out to everyone that's on the meme season competition because all of those projects, to my knowledge, I mean, yeah, they're in that place right now. You have to, you got to bring something daily.
Hey, I'll say this though, for everyone out there, if I was 20 years old or something, like if I didn't have a 1.5 full-time jobs, what I would do is I would, I think launching a meme token would be a good little experiment, like a good project. Because all the little things you get to do alongside it, you got to make a page, you got to make a website, you got to organize people. It could be it'd be a good way to learn a lot of things. Just don't reveal your identity or you'll get killed or something.
Yeah, it's like he said they were coming for us.
The meme coin mafia. I bet you it was Hoops and Trump FTM working together. So this is a small cap here, huh?
Yeah, just wanted to check in on the small cap. We've checked in on this pretty much every stream or every other stream. So it looks like right now, let's see, 23rd. So I guess that was a couple days ago. But this was the latest, right? Okay, so it looks like Bruh defeated Trump. Wait. Oh, okay.
Wait, Bruh. Wait. Upon honorable stepping down, Trump on it. Wait. So Sonic Bros stepped down and handed it to Trump?
Oh, wait. Okay. So I think Trump did win. Sometimes these polls end up coming through like something about like the end of the time frame or something. People are still voting or I don't know what it is. But I guess from the looks of this, Trump did win.
Wow. This is just like the election. This is just like the real election all
That's
over
right.
again.
That's right. So like what do we got next? Okay, so that was over here, right? So we're almost it looks like we're getting the semifinals here worked out pretty close. We're pretty close to getting it worked out.
Yeah. I feel like we saw A Goat and Beer already duke it out, just covered up by the Trump FTM logo. But
Yeah,
now
and
we
I
got some
think
real big fights coming up, dude. I think it's
yeah,
gonna be what, Snell versus Speed
yeah,
getting
or
rain.
did Versus win? I can't. Same thing. They're kind of covered up there. So,
Mhm.
but we'll keep checking in on it
Right on,
for
dude.
sure. Maybe I'll. What they should do is give us like give us old people a nice, easy way to read the chart.
Yeah. Somewhat related to meme coins here. I wanted to bring this up. DGen Express still down for Fantom is what I'm seeing. Is this down for you too, Dracula?
Let me see.
This is under maintenance. Because
It's up on mine.
I wanted to check on my Familio, you know? How's my Familio doing?
Yeah, it's up for me. Let's see here. Which I only got a few more minutes, but Familio, in terms of, Degen Express, it's like they're still hanging in there. They got buys, they got sells. I think the volume overall has slowed down some on Degen Express. But look right here, you still got
It's just me.
Corval. Corval and me are still here as top holder. We're still in there. We're waiting for Familio to get launched off the decks.
Oh
Or
no, I'm
launched into the
waiting.
decks.
I'm waiting. What's the price at now? Is it 0 cents? I'm gonna launch this bad boy myself.
Yeah, man. Take it to the decks.
All right, it's just me. I don't know dude. Never use Brave browser, fellas. Ladies and gents at home, never use Brave browser. It sucks.
Yeah, it looks good on mine. It's up and running. So
Yeah.
shout out to Familio.
Yeah, Familio. I still see him kicking around sometimes.
Yeah, they're
Look,
still posted. I mean, it's like I said, it's like volume I think has slowed down a little bit. And I think as the market heats up and everything, we'll see volume return.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think you
man,
have to
we gotta get them into the real world.
I think you have to bring a newborn calf into the Milady server for
And then
sacrifice.
they'll
Then
hook it up.
yeah, then they'll hook you up with some liquidity. I think that's generally their terms. Or a bored ape. You need to kill a bored ape for them.
Yeah, that'll like get you double liquidity.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll have Charlotte Fang sign off on it. Yeah, man. So exciting Tuesday, right? I feel like
Yes.
we keep talking about how we're so primed and ready, but it really does feel like everything is building up here for fall. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Everything from plus.bet going live, hoping in fall, to meme coins wrapping up. Dude, it's gonna be a good fall, buddy.
Yeah. It's all getting ready for Sonic and getting ready for hopefully the market cranking around election season. So
So once we get there, we're gonna have some in-depth analysis, dude, on the new protocols launching on Sonic, of which Dracula knows all of them, but I know none of them.
Oh yeah, we'll have tons of stuff to cover. We could probably even start talking about that as we get closer to launch. There's a lot of stuff coming, so there will be a lot to talk about closer we get to Sonic.
Sweet, awesome. Well, I guess we can wrap this bad boy up here. We're approaching the 11 o'clock hour. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, and liking, subscribing, retweeting, and commenting. Hey, just interacting with us. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, and thanks for hopping on these live streams. It's more fun to have people kind of chiming in and leaving comments, and on a slower news day, it helps us make some content and have some fun. So
yeah, keep some momentum going. Yeah, so appreciate it. Shout out to Fallout Zone, Benny Snatch, Zorgblot, Disco Chuck. That's who I'm seeing in the feed right now. So yeah, if you guys want to watch us later, we're on YouTube. We're putting the live streams up on YouTube.
Yep, they're on YouTube.
And sometimes we put them up on Spotify and your favorite podcasting app. That's GMSONIC on YouTube, GM_Sonic. See you there.
See you next time.